What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be another before and after video, and I actually was not going to film this video because it's a pretty small house, and for entertainment purposes on this channel I usually like to show you guys the biggest and best and the biggest margins. But then I thought about it, and you know what, this is going to be the most relatable, especially for those just starting out. In my opinion, this is the perfect first time flip or rental for somebody, and so I want to walk you guys through it and show you what we did to it, what we spent on certain items, and maybe this will help somebody get started out, because again, this is going to be in most people's price range when you're just starting out. We picked this house up for right around $50,000. We put about $30,000 into it, and it is already sold for $115,000, so that's good news for us. And I know, please don't click off. Baby girl is not here with us today, and I know she's the most entertainment. We're having some contractual issues. She wants 2 ice creams per video, and we're pretty set on 1. So we're trying to work that out with our agents, but she's pretty firm on 2 ice creams a video. I'm not sure. I don't think we can do that. But either way, I promise this video is going to be super entertaining and super informative, because at the end of this video, because it's not going to be super long, I'm actually going to sit down and answer some very common questions I get in the comment section. How did I get started in real estate? Who are my partners? How do we find these houses? Questions like that I want to answer for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned to the end for that. And without any further ado, I'm going to do the neighborhood check, and then I'm going to walk you guys through this house. All right, let me try this. I'm not going to do as good as Rhianna, but don't worry, she is going to join us a little bit on this video and tell us about today's video sponsor, Realm, and I really want you guys to check them out. But anyway, this neighborhood is pretty good. It's a pretty quiet neighborhood. Everybody seems to be taking care of their property and their lawn. This seems to be an empty lot right here beside our flip. So that's actually a good thing. You don't have any neighbors too close on that side. Then as you go down the street down this way, again, everybody taking good care of their property. And that is something you want to see, especially if you're trying to do an investment in that neighborhood. All right, let's get this party started. So on the outside of the house, we actually didn't have to do much. Mother Nature did most of the work for us. When we picked this up, it was in winter time. All the leaves were off the tree, the flowers were dead, the grass was dead. But now, thanks to spring and summertime, everything looks great out here. We did pick up a little bit of the landscaping, and of course we keep the grass mowed. The biggest thing we did to the outside was put a brand new roof on it. That goes a long way, guys. I always suggest, if it looks old, go ahead and change it out. Even if it's not leaking, it just looks so much better, and it makes the buyers feel much more comfortable when there's already a new roof on it. People don't want to mess with that type of stuff. Now, one thing I do not like and wish we changed out was this awning. This is a real 70s or 80s type thing. I don't like it at all. I wish we could just get rid of those on every house that we get. It's probably just an unnecessary expense to do that here, since we already sold it. But you guys comment down below, awning or no awning. Again, I am not a fan, but that is just my opinion. All right, time for the best part. Let's get started. So right when you walk in here, you walk into this nice open living room, and you can see the first thing that stands out to you are these refinished hardwood floors. They look fantastic. Also, yes, sorry, blackberry thistle tea. That joke will never get old. We went with gray and white on this one. This was actually before we started switching over to our white paint scheme, but again, I have no problem with it. I love the gray and white. I also really like that fireplace over there. It's mostly for show, but it does give a nice accent or pop to this room. You got a huge window over here that lets in a ton of light. I think this light or this fan was already here, so we didn't have to change that out. The reason I say that is if we do change it out, we usually go with something more modern, but if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's clean, good shape, and working, and looks good enough, so we left that. And then as we turn around here, we see it opens up to this big dining room area. I'm gonna hold off on showing you the kitchen because that's my favorite part. I really love what we did there. Again, a nice modern light. Like I said, if we change out the light, we try to go with something more modern, and I really like that style right there. And then you come over to these French doors, and that's going to lead us out to this nice covered patio area. Nice to get you out of the sun. And it does have a little fenced in area off to the side. This isn't the entire yard, but they fenced this in right here. So if you have a dog or anything like that, maybe a rabbit, I don't know, you can kind of keep them right here in this little area, and you don't have to worry about them running off. So that's kind of nice. And then you do have a little bit of storage right there, not interesting enough to show you. And we're going to step out here, and I'll show you the rest of this backyard. Get past these trees, and you actually have a really nice flat yard here. So if you wanted a bigger yard for your dogs, have more room for them to play, or if you just want to put like a, kids play set out here, you could get rid of that fence right there and put in a fence like that and have all of this. So again, we're in West Virginia, so a big flat yard is very nice to have. and they got that here on this house. Actually, in this city that we're in, it's called Dunbar, West Virginia, flat yards are more popular. This is a very flat area for West Virginia. All right, 1 second, I'm gonna get back inside. All right, real quick before we go back inside and I show you this amazing kitchen, getting your numbers right can be the most important part of a deal. If you have a long renovation list and you're not sure where to get started with Realm, today's video sponsor, and Rhianna's gonna tell you all about it.
We hope you guys are really enjoying the tour so far, and like John said, we wanted to take a second to talk to you about today's video sponsor, Realm. We are super excited about this one because it's an awesome app that's very useful for homeowners and real estate investors. The free, yes free, Realm app takes the guesswork out of renovating. Realm provides accurate project pricing specific to your property and shows you how it'll impact your property's value once you're done. When you're assessing potential properties to buy, the main thing you're thinking about is how much will it cost me to rehab this property and get a good return on my investment. Well, Realm shows you how much each individual project in the rehab will add to your property value so you can prioritize. The Realm app has over 40 projects, from bathroom and kitchen renovations, the really fun stuff, to the not so fun stuff like electrical and HVAC updates. So no matter what's on your to-do list, the Realm app will help you plan out your projects, avoid overspending, and increase your property's value. And as we know, the real estate market is constantly changing, so you have to assess things on a very frequent basis. The Realm app updates their data daily, so you can stay up to date and figure out what projects will be the best for your property at any given time. Whether you're just starting out in real estate, you have multiple properties, or you just bought your first home, Realm will help you figure out what projects you can do to your property to increase its value the most. Click the link in the description below to download the free Realm app and start maximizing the value of your real estate assets with high ROI renovations. Thanks again, Realm, and now let's get back to the tour.
Thank you, Rhianna, as always. I hope everybody checks that out because it'd be super helpful. And here it is, guys. We did it. We got rid of the wall that was hanging down right here. It had like a little island. It just wasn't working. It made this whole place feel way more cramped. So we got rid of that wall and really opened it up. Still gave you a ton of counter space here. And it's kind of nice, the way that we did this is it's got a little bit of an overhang on that counter right there. So if you wanted to, you could put some seating in front of those cabinets, some bar stools, and you would have like a little bar area. You got more counter space over here. Again, we want that black granite countertop and stainless steel appliances and white backsplash. Everything ties in really nicely together and looks so good. I really like the way this turned out and opened up into this dining area. And of course, you got the French doors right there to let in all that light. So I'm glad we did that. Nice LED light right there. LED lights have came a long way and they last like forever. I think they'll last like 5 to 10 years. So really look into those. They save you some money and look great. That light, I'm sure, was already here. Again, it's easy for me to tell when something hasn't been upgraded, but it looks good enough and it functions. Over here to my left, you have your laundry room and HVAC closet and water tank closet. Not much to see in there, but you do have laundry right there, so that's nice to have. And as we swing around this way, you got the 2 bedrooms. This one on the left is a little bit bigger, not by much, but not much to see in here, but we did put down brand new carpet. This room was full of stuff. I'm not sure if you remember or not. They left almost everything behind. We're not sure of the situation. And that is going to be a newer fan. Again, easy for me to tell. And gray and white paint scheme throughout, of course. And I'll go ahead and show you the bathroom, actually. So this bathroom, surprisingly, was mostly already like this when we bought it. We're not sure. I guess they started a rehab or something because it looks really good. The only thing that is still a little bit dated is the countertop on the sink. Most people wouldn't notice this, but seeing enough houses, I can quickly point that out. You know, if this was a higher end flip, we would have went ahead and matched this countertop to the granite in the kitchen to give it that little pop and that little continuity throughout the house. But again, functional, looks good enough. And in this budget of a house, you don't have to do stuff like that. And I don't want to say that stuff like we're doing things cheaply. It's just a different type of budget of house, and it's giving somebody a cheaper house or a cheaper entry point. So please don't think that we're just skipping out on things to being cheap. It's to keep the house price lower so that other people can afford homes as well. Hope that makes sense. So I really like this tile on the floor right here. I also like the tile in this bathroom area. Not one I would pick out necessarily for my house, but I do like it. And I like this little strip of different type of tile right here. It really makes it pop. So again, we didn't have to do much in the bathroom. It already pretty much looked good. We just painted it because I think it was like a blue color, and that pretty much finished it out. Looks great. And then to wrap this part up, We're gonna go ahead and show you this last bedroom here. Not too much to see, but that gray carpet, white trim, and gray paint really make it pop, in my opinion. I know Blackberry Thistle Tea doesn't like it, but that's okay. He doesn't have to live here. All right, so that'll wrap this part of the video up, and now I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about myself. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. Again, it wasn't the biggest, it wasn't the flashiest, but I wanted to show it to you guys for relatability, and hopefully it inspires some of you to get started in real estate investing when you see how little you can get started with. It's still a lot of money, but it's not as big as some of these $200,000, $300,000 houses I've been showing you. But anyway, I wanted to wrap up this video with a little bit about me because I get a lot of comments in the comment section. I answer them individually, but maybe not everybody sees them, and they come up all the time. So the most common question we get is kind of a 1 and 2 part. How do we get started in real estate, and how did I meet my partner? So let me kind of make it a long story as short as possible. So about 5.5 years ago, Rhianna and I moved to the state of West Virginia so that she could go to school here at Marshall University for nurse anesthesia school. We came here and I said, you know what, as soon as we hit the ground, as soon as we get unpacked, I'm going to start looking for other real estate investors in the area because that's what I want to do. I ran a moving company for about 8 years. I sold it. I saved up some money, and now I wanted to start investing in real estate, but I didn't really know where to get started. So I messaged a bunch of people in the area, and one of the first people I met up with happened to be Andrew and Steve, my partners now, and they were already doing some flips. And I kind of went in, sat with them. I was going to shadow them for a few days, and then strangely enough, I just never left. And now 5.5 years later, we've done over 200 flips. We have some rentals, we have an Airbnb, and we've been going strong ever since. So my one partner, Andrew McDavid, he is our acquisition side. He finds all of our properties and helps us sell them. His wife is also our realtor. And then my other partner is Steve Coyne, and he manages all of the stuff that you see behind me. All of the construction and all of the contractors, that's his line. He has his GC license, and he's flipped some house hands-on before. None of us are really hands-on anymore on the projects. We can't be. We're doing so many that if we got invested in one with our time, we couldn't concentrate on the rest of them. So we built out a team. We have an office manager, we have an acquisitions team, we also have a bookkeeper, and we have a project manager that we all employ full-time, and that helps us keep this system running. So that's kind of how we got started in real estate, or how I got started in real estate. And then from there, it just developed. Now, Rhianna and I are also private money lenders. We also have our own rentals on the side. We're invested in some Airbnbs, and that's our own personal portfolio. My partners do their own things as well. This is something we all do together, and then we all have our side businesses. I like to joke that between the three of us, we have about 20 LLCs. So we all stay extremely busy. But all the houses that you're seeing pretty much on these videos are AM investment houses that I do with my two partners, Andrew and Steve. How we find these houses, again, we've built a name for ourselves. We have a big Facebook following in our area, and so we really don't market or advertise anymore. All these leads get called into our office. It goes through our system. They get vetted. We go out and do what's called a second look. We check them out. If we all agree that it's a good purchase, we purchase it. And that's pretty much how we find our leads now. We just have a system for it and have built a brand and a name for ourselves. If you're just getting started, you're probably gonna have to do things like door knocking, mailers, calling, doing cold calling, all of those things that aren't very fun in the beginning, but that's how we all get started, guys. This didn't start overnight. We didn't just start off doing 30 and 40 flips a year. We've built up to this. So I hope that answers some questions down in the comment section. Oh, last one. How do we buy all these houses? So as you guys know, Rhianna and I invest in some of them with our own money, but we raise a lot of this money through private investors. So these are just people that you would see walking down the street that have some money and they want to get invested in real estate, but they don't have time to do it themselves. They send us their money, we invest it in the project, we make a return, they make a return. It's a win-win situation, and that's how we do it. And that's how we buy so many houses at a time, because we have about 10 investors that we're working with at any given time. So I hope that answers the questions. I hope it helps explain some things. If you guys have more questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to them. I really appreciate all your support. We're about to hit 50,000 on this channel. We have a lot of traveling coming up, so if you're not following me on our family channel at the Scholler Family, make sure you do so you can keep up with my life outside of real estate with my beautiful family, and we appreciate your support no matter where you show it. That's it, guys. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.